Hello, Oliver here, today I'd like to show you the 3 microscopes that we're using in our school, and I'd like to also use this opportunity to debunk some of the myths regarding so-called China microscopes, because the word China microscope is sometimes used to describe microscopes of low quality, and I think that is a generalization which is not always valid, but let's have a closer look at this. So these are the 3 microscopes that we're using in the school, and the first one over here, that is quite a well-known one. It's from the 1980s. It's the Olympus CH microscope. It's still working. The only problem that this microscope is having is because it's so old, the gears start, the oil, the lubrication oil started to solidify a little bit, and so the coarse and fine focus knobs are kind of difficult to turn. So they have to be serviced. They have to be cleaned. And then they're going to be fine again. Okay, so but that is the classical microscope, very useful still in operation. You basically loosen the screw over here a little bit, and you can turn, in this case, the monocular head left and right. And so this means that basically 2 students can easily use the same microscope and look at the same specimen without actually having to move the microscope. Okay, so that is a quality microscope that we've been using for many, many years right now. They have to be serviced, of course, but I mean, they have been in operation now for over 30 years, and yeah, they're still okay. Over here, a Noname microscope that we bought a few years ago, because some of the Olympus microscopes, they were indeed not serviceable anymore, or it was not worth servicing them anymore. So essentially we also had to replace some of them, and we bought a Noname microscope over here. And if you actually look at it, you will see that actually the base, it looks pretty similar. I think it's even probably the same base. The color is different, of course, but it's really a Noname microscope. There is no brand on it at all. But otherwise it looks pretty much the same. Yeah, of course we've got over here a binocular head, which is also can be fixed like a screw. But I have to admit one thing: the quality is really different. I mean, it's no comparison. And I just want to show you some of the problems that we had with this microscope. As a matter of fact, even though they were new, we still recommend the students to use the old Olympus one, because there are some issues with this one over here. And one of the most annoying issues is if you want to have 2 students look at it, you have to loosen the screw over here. But this immediately causes the whole head here to wiggle. Okay, then of course the image goes out of focus and everything. And if you squid in too tight, then it's already too tight. So it's not a very, I don't know, the tolerances are not very good. And if you open it a little bit too much, then the whole thing starts to come off already. So this is of course also dangerous a little bit. Then I basically had a closer look, and I discovered that actually the screw doesn't even go into the dovetail, but actually, and I have a problem holding the camera and the microscope a little bit, so I'm going to put it down here. The screw actually starts not to go into the dovetail, but actually starts to hold the edge here, okay? So, I don't know, the whole thing with the tolerance isn't the way it's a little bit, I think, a design mistake that this microscope has. And if you look into here, then I discovered something, and I found this on every microscope, and I may have to rezoom now. Do you actually see the metal filings in here? Okay, they're metal filings. Yeah, I think from the manufacturing process, so they didn't even bother to remove these. Now imagine that they are actually falling in here into the objective. I mean, and we have a bad picture as well, a bad image. So that is essentially, I think one of the biggest disadvantages here. And I think that this screw over here is I don't know, a few millimeters too high, because it does not really actually fix the dovetail very well. So that is essentially one of the design problems. But something I did not try yet is I just wonder if I can actually take this off here. I got to do everything with one hand. You see, you have to turn it quite a bit in order to actually loosen it. Now it comes off, and I can maybe put it in here, and let's see if this actually works. Okay, now I'm tightening it again. No, it does not. It's not compatible. It's not compatible. Okay. That's a little bit unfortunate. It's not really compatible, these 2 things here, okay? So I better put it back here where it actually belongs. Okay? So, and then I tighten it again, and yeah. So that is essentially the issue over here with this one. Very annoying, very, very annoying, because also for transporting, the students should actually then not even touch the screw over here, otherwise you have the danger of the whole head falling off. And there is a second thing that's a little bit annoying with this one over here, which just shows that this microscope is not manufactured to close tolerances, is the fact that over here that there is a little gap. Oh, it's over here, yeah. There's this little gap over here. Okay? And this means that if I want to put a slide in here, the slide tends to slide beneath the clip, beneath the holder. This really defeats the whole point and purpose of the slide. And I'll just show you what I mean. Just a second. Okay, now I'm back. I have to do everything again with one hand. But essentially, if I do that, and then you see that essentially, occasionally, it happens that the slide happens to slide beneath the clip, and this is really also annoying. Okay, it just shows that it's not manufactured to the same tolerances as I would say the more high quality Olympus microscope. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, and sometimes it's like this, that essentially there is a little bit of stage drift, because also the coarse focus knob is not really manufactured according to close tolerances. So, and now let's have a look at a more quality microscope. I suppose this one is made in China, because where else should it be made? And over here, the Leica. Because we were not happy with this one over here, we said, okay, we gotta buy quality microscopes now. Okay, and yes, we are very happy with this one. I mean, it's a brand name microscope. Refocus again a little bit, okay. Everything made to close tolerances. Yeah, the first surprise is that the tube over here is in plastic, but really that's not a big issue. It's student proof. This means that the eyepiece is fixed in place here, cannot be removed. This one here allows easy turning without the whole head falling off. And then the big surprise, ta-ta, the big showdown. I switch the microscope over, I tip it over. That's a little bit difficult. And there is a little thing down here, made in, I gotta flip it around, made in China. Yes, okay. The Leica is a China microscope. So this basically already says everything. Essentially, the term China microscope means nothing. Okay, you get everything. Yeah, you even get the quality branded Leica microscopes are actually made, at least this one is made in China. So what do we learn from this? We learn from this that essentially it depends on the individual microscope, and it does not really matter where it was made, but it depends on the actual quality of the device itself. Yeah? And of course we can expect much closer tolerances and a much higher quality in the much more expensive brand microscope than, for example, a no-name one over here. But you know what? There is a price difference. Now I don't know how much it was paid, but essentially this one, of course, was significantly cheaper. And you know what? It's also usable. Yeah. So with its disadvantages and limitations, it's still usable. Still, I can't get it in now. I gotta open it a little bit. Yeah. So it's really the question: is the additional price that you pay, is it really worth it or not? Well, that's something that every person has to decide on an individual basis. I personally, being more experienced with microscopes, I have no problem also with low quality microscopes, because I can also get them to work, obviously. Essentially, yep, I gotta get it in, and doing everything with one hand is difficult. Well, I think I hope that you get the point. That essentially, that's basically, I hope you get the point that essentially there are 3 microscopes here, and the original Olympus one, I don't know where it was made, maybe in Japan even, from the 1980s. The more modern one over here, which has some issues, but still which has a good optical quality. Why should the optics be a problem? I mean, we used standard achromatic objectives with some mechanical issues maybe. And then, of course, over here, the Leica, made in China. So that's basically the bottom line. Look at the individual microscopes and not where it was manufactured, because the country of manufacture really doesn't say a lot. Okay, so that's it. And maybe I'm also, the next time I'm going to show in a different video, I'm going to show you the stereo microscopes that we actually use in our school. Okay, last but not least, I did manage now to attach the binocular head on the older Olympus microscope. So this seems to work. Okay, this does seem to work. I can actually even fix it with a screw. More or less, it seems to work a little bit. Yeah, it seems to work. But the other one over here, I cannot make it. I cannot attach it in here. It doesn't. It won't hold. I don't know why this is the case. I guess it has to do with the distance of the screw over here. But I just wanted to show you that there is a from the manufacturing. There seems to be indeed some kind of compatibility, or limited compatibility between the two, between the Olympus and the Noname one. And in reality, you can actually see it's really. And you can actually see that the two microscopes really look pretty much the same. Okay, so I guess they have used the same aluminum mold to actually manufacture these microscopes. Really interesting, but yeah, really interesting. Very, very similar on the outside, but manufactured with different tolerances and with different qualities still. Okay, so I think now that's really enough.